Have you heard about operating system? Yes. First of all, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are visiting a very large office. You enter through the main door. Inside this office there are many departments, that is accounts department, admission department, examination department, administration department, personal relationship department, records department, and so many. Now, imagine that this is your first visit to that office and you don't know where is accounts department and which cabin should you go to, who should you meet first, and what would you do in this situation? You would probably go to the reception desk and ask somebody for help. Let's make our office a little more modern. At the entrance, instead of a normal reception desk, there is a large touch screen display. The screen says, "Welcome, what do you want to do?" And below it are different options. For example, admission, fee payment, examination, certificates, administration, other service. Now you imagine you want to pay your examination fee. You don't need to walk around the entire building. You don't need to ask 10 people. You simply touch examination. Then the screen asks, "What do you need?" You type, "I want to pay my examination fee." The system processes your requirement and gives you cabin number 12. And perhaps an assistant comes to you and say, "Please come with me. I will take you to cabin number 12." Now, students, did you need to know the entire structure of the office? No. Did you need to memorize the cabin numbers? No. Did you need to know who works in every department? No. Then what made your work easy now? The touch screen interface, isn't it? Yes. Now you can forget the office for a moment. Let us replace our office with a computer. Just as the office contains many departments, a computer contains many different programs, files, folders, devices, and functions. Here, our office is almost similar to our computer. Here, the visitor in the office is almost similar to the user of the computer. And the office, I already mentioned that it is the computer system itself. And the touch screen in front of the office, that is what we call GUI, graphical user interface. And the departments are different programs inside the computer. And the cabins, different destinations or locations. And office management, that is done by operating system or OS like Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, or Android. Now, assistant system helping the user. Now, we have arrived at today's first important concept, GUI, graphical user interface. We interact with the things that are visually represented. We interact with the things that are visually represented. For example, we can see a folder or a small picture of a folder, or we can see a printer or a small picture of a printer. We can see a recycle bin or a small picture of the recycle bin. We can see a small picture of a computer, that is my computer, and you can see a small picture of a magnifying glass or zooming lens, that is for search. We can see them by these simple pictures, small pictures. These simple small pictures that we can see when opening the computers in the desktop are known as icons. GUI, graphical user interface. Let us break these three words down. Graphical user interface. Graphical means visual. Now let us check the user, the second word, graphical user interface, that is the old word, and we have the second word, user. Who is using the computer? Persons using the computer is the real user. They are the real users. Now, interface, the third word, in GUI, graphical user interface. That is the most important word. Interface means a two-way communication mode. The user can communicate with the system, and also at the same time the system can communicate with the user. Let us go back to the office story we earlier mentioned. The visitor doesn't directly understand the complicated internal structure of the office. The visitor communicates through the touch screen. The touch screen is the visitor's interface with the office system. And in a computer, the GUI provides a visual way for the user to interact with the computer. So, our chapter explains the GUI as a graphical interface in which commands are displayed as icons, reducing the need for users to remember those commands. Now, meet the office manager in our office who makes sure that all the departments function properly. Yes, it is the manager. Exactly. Imagine there is one person responsible for coordinating the entire office. In our office, in our computer story, this manager represents the operating system. Now, what is an operating system? An operating system is a core system software that manages computers, hardware, and software resources. It acts as a bridge between the user and the computer's physical parts. It is responsible for running essential tasks like memory allocation, process scheduling, and file management. Now, what are the functions of an OS? Yes, it manages the hardware resources, it provides a user interface, it runs and manages programs, it handles files and data, it ensures security and stability, and controls the input and output devices. Now, let us check the names of some famous operating systems. Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Android, and iOS are some examples. How the OS is able to manage the files and folders stored inside it. Have you ever wondered how our computer actually organizes all our photos, documents, and apps without losing them? Let's break it down in a super simple way. Think of your computer storage like a giant upside down tree. Right at the very top, you have the root directory labeled as drive C, and this is the trunk where everything begins. In Windows, root directory is denoted as C colon. Branching off from the main trunk, C drive, you have main folders like your system softwares, application softwares, and users folders. Now, inside those users folders, you can have smaller subfolders like branches splitting into tweaks. For example, a projects folder or a vacation photos folder. And hanging off the ends of these tiny twigs are the actual files like leaves or fruits on a tree. These are your .png photos, .doc text documents, .mp3 music files, and .pdf reports. Because of this organized tree structure, the operating system always knows the exact path to find any file in a fraction of a second. Pretty neat, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe.